How can you be against this? Please argue against me. How can you be against this? I saw you deep throating that fucking torrent cock, bro. Alright? Don't fucking look at me otherwise. I've seen you do that, bro. What is this? Cross-faction dungeons, raids, and PvP coming in patch 9.25. Let's go, boys! Woo! They did it! This is big. How can you be against this? Please argue against me. How can you be against this? What is bad about this? Tell me right now. Tell me what's bad about this. It's cringe. Saying something is cringe is not an argument. You gotta understand, in retail, right now, all the top guilds are Horde. So, like, what's been happening, of course, like, the last 4 expansions. This is like Mob, dude. Everyone's been going Horde. If you're Alliance and you want to play with the big boys, you're like, yeah, I got a faction transfer. Why are factions in the game? Factions are useless. Like, it's an outdated system. No game, except, like, newer. Like, why would you make factions? Like, okay, let's make a game and we divide the community in half. It's fine at the beginning, but eventually what happens is people just pick one faction. They just trickle over. It doesn't make any sense. This is like an outdated system. If you just look at the game, like look at TBC. This server used to be 50-50. Now it's all Horde, man. You know, like, where do you think the Alliance went? They didn't quit the game. Some did, but most of them just transferred over to like Firemon. Like another example, look at Ferlina. I still am on Ferlina, on my mage, on my warrior, on my other mage, on my warlock. I'm still on the server. I can't play. I have to give Blizzard 25 euros, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm really mad at people that don't want this. I just don't understand. Like, you're just literally just being a contrarian. That's all you are. You're just deciding to be a contrarian. You're literally willing to make other people not get something they want just so you get what you want, which is something like, I feel like people that don't want this don't even play WoW. They don't even fucking play WoW. 100%, they don't even play the game. I've been wanting this for so long, and Blizzard asked for it. Like, somebody asked in the Q&A back in 2019 BlizzCon, and he got instantly shot down. The response he got, verbatim, never. Not gonna happen. Forget. Hard forget. That's what he said. He said hard forget, bro. Microsoft, though, Bill Gates, he's a logical person. Like, here's the thing. I think factions became irrelevant in MoP. I think as soon as MoP came out, like, factions just became less and less relevant, right? At the beginning of the game, they're good. I think the factions were really good at, like, first 3 expansions, 4 expansions. But, like, what do they serve now? What's the point of factions? It's nothing. They just divide the community, man. That's all they do. They just divide the community for no reason. And then they make Blizzard money because people have to constantly transfer to different servers. Just look at WoW progress, man. Everyone's Horde. 2 guilds, 2 guilds, 0 guilds, 2 guilds, 3 guilds. There's 9 guilds top 100. Now, this happened over time. If you look at 4 expansions ago, it would have been more equal. Method used to be an Alliance guild. Pieces used to be probably an Alliance guild. I don't know about Limit, but a lot of these guilds, like Echo used to be Method, also Alliance. They just went to... they're all Oceanic. Yeah, I don't know why Oceanic is big on a name. People who don't want this are children. I think people that don't want this don't play WoW. It's that fucking simple. There is no person that I can think of that plays World of Warcraft on a daily basis and doesn't want this. I just don't understand. Like, how can that be? Like, you have to be living in your own fucking bubble where you're like hard stuck level 4 in Goldshire Inn. That's the only person that can, like, be against this. Like, what do you mean? You're ruining my RP experience, bro. I've logged into your shit RP server 1 year ago, actually, and guess what I saw? Horde players in Goldshire Inn, because it's not a PvP server, RPing with you. I saw you deep throating that fucking torrent cock, bro. Alright? Don't fucking look at me otherwise. I've seen you do that, bro. Alright? So don't be talking mad shit, because I saw with my own eyes. I was there. That was on an RP server. So you can't even make the argument for RP. Like, because the RP servers are RPing with Horde. You have to admit defeat in this situation, dude. Because it just doesn't make sense anymore to have this in the game. It just limits who you can play with. Like, I wish they would do this in TBC. I don't think they will. I think they really should. What do you do as... Okay, tell me right now. You're Alliance on Gehennas. How do you play the game? How do you play the game? You don't. You can't. You can't do anything. Someone play with. Now, if you're Alliance on Gehennas, and they did this, you can play the game. It will be still scuffed though, because auction house, but you can use neutral auction house. You'll have a guild that's Horde, but you're Alliance, and you talk to them on Discord. Yo, bro, can you just send me over some... because can you trade with Horde, right? That's the weird thing. We should read this actually. I haven't read this yet because I've been ranting now. I get really mad, bro, when I see people say this is bad. It all began with the game titled Warcraft Orc or Humans, right? Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, this is a big decision because the game, what makes WoW is factions in the end of the day back then, right? Like it's the biggest decision you have to make. Horde or Alliance. It's really important to the game 15 years ago. It's 2022 though. It's not 2006. It's not 2004. You're playing with 3 monitors right now, all right? Probably a streamer setup and you don't even stream. You know, like you're not playing the game the way you played the game back then. But to quote a one-time war chief of the Horde, times change. Who said this, chat? Garrosh. Why would you say Thrall, bro? It's Garrosh. I am pleased to announce that we are working on adding the ability for Alliance and Horde players to form pre-made parties together for dungeons, raids, and rated PvP. In crafting the rule set for this feature, we were guided by 2 goals. Focus on organized instant gameplay. Yeah, okay, so basically it's saying like, yeah, you're in a dungeon anyway. It doesn't really impact anyone outside the dungeon that much because you're in a dungeon when you're playing with Horde, right? As Alliance. Yeah, true. Make this an opt-in feature as much as possible. There are people who won't want this. You will have an option where you cannot be invited by Horde. Players will be able to directly invite members of the opposite faction to a party if you have a battle tag or real friendship or real ID friendship, or if you are members of a cross-faction WoW community. Pre-made groups in the group finder listings for mythic dungeons, raids, and rated arena RPGs will be open to applicants of both factions through the group leader, though the group leader may choose to restrict the listing to same faction applicants if they choose. Really good. Okay, so if I make a group to kill Sylvanas, you can join as Horde if I'm Alliance, but I can make it where it's Alliance only. You know for a fact, nobody will make it same faction only. Like, can you imagine like, oh, yo boys, we're gonna make a group, we just need a tank, but I don't want to find any Horde tanks. Fuck Horde tanks, man, they suck. Yeah, they suck, man. Only Alliance tanks I'm gonna invite. 10 years later. I need a Horde tank, please. No one is gonna make it like you can only find from one faction. From day one, bro. Alright? That shit is on perma. Alright? Guilds will remain single faction. I completely agree with this, by the way. Guilds still should be faction specific, but you can make a cross faction WoW community, which is the same shit as a guild, right? I mean, more or less. You just don't have the guild thingy in the bottom of your character's name, but it's basically works as a guild. You can like write their stuff, right? So you make like a cross faction, like we call it the boys. We make a guild called the boys. You join us. The guild is on Horde, but Alliance can join a community where you have to be in the community if you're in the guild. So we just talk in the community. It's perfect. This doesn't. Can you do this already? By the way, cross faction community. I don't know. No, you can't. You can't be in a community if you're Horde and Alliance. It has to be one faction. Really? Let's read this. Once in a party together, members of the opposite faction will remain unfriendly while in the outdoor. Okay. This is probably a good idea because people would abuse this somehow. As they do today, they will be able to communicate through party chat. Upon entering a dungeon, raid, or a rated PvP match, however, all members will be friendly and able to assist each other in combat, trade, loot, earn shared achievements. Can you help summon? Please, you have to make it where you can help summon. For the love of God. Alright? I like Blizzard, bro, by the way. Like, I can't believe that you haven't figured out the technology to allow people in war mode to assist people that are not in war mode with summoning. Because right now, like, okay, say I'm doing Mythic Plus and I go to the summoning zone, I'm on war mode, you're not in war mode, we can't assist each other summon. Please fix that. And please don't let this happen because imagine we're a 5-man group. Joey is Horde and war mode on. Samantha is Horde war mode off. Rasputin is Alliance war mode. And then Rasputina is Alliance war mode off. No one can summon. With that scenario, nobody could summon, bro. Though there will be several older instances that cross-faction parties cannot enter. At least for now. Battle of Dazar Dalor, Trial of the Crusader, and Ice Crown Citadel. Yeah, makes sense because of the gunship, right? There are likely those who have read this far with some unease, worried that this is chipping away at a foundational principle of Warcraft. To those people I say, fuck you losers, get fucked. Thank you for understanding. I couldn't care less. Zero sympathy. I don't care. Your idea of a game that's been out for almost 20 years should not prioritize over the playability of day-to-day gameplay. Alright? It just shouldn't. Because at this point, some people can't fucking play, man. They just can't. They don't find people. Do you think it's more important that you somehow have this like old school way, you know, like, oh, horde, you know, for the horde, yeah, you know, like over that? It's just not, man. Like, not at this point. 10 years ago, sure, man, 100%, but not now. It's just become too bad, man. I mean, this honestly should have happened 4 years ago. Like, seriously, 4 years ago, man. But Blizzard decided to make the most cringe expansion ever made, called Battle of Azeroth. They had to make it. Now let's make an expansion where it's Horde versus Alliance. So this change that we should do is completely off the table because we're promoting Horde versus Alliance. They fucked up, man. Like, it honestly, if they didn't make that shit expansion where they had to like promote factions so much, this would have happened in the start of Shadowlands, 100%. Maybe even in the expansion that wouldn't not have been BFA. But they for some reason like doubled down on not doing this. They doubled down hard with BFA and they doubled down in BlizzCon. But now they're realizing that this is an issue and people are complaining about this. They would never, okay, chat. They would never do this. Like, Blizzard would never do this unless they know they have to do it. Because they make money from not doing this. They make money because people faction transfer. So they are willing to potentially lose money from faction transfers and realm transfers just so the community gets what they want, or part of the community, right? This is like a big fucking step. You gotta see this as a massive W. If you truly care about like this game at this point, this is a big W because Blizzard's literally listening to a part of the audience that plays the game every single day. Even if it means there's gonna be a super, like, dude, I'm pretty sure there's some fucking streamer right now going like, this sucks, bro. Fuck this, man. I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy, dude. I'm not imitating anyone, by the way. This is the fucking voice I made for some reason. I'm not trying to imitate Asmongold. He's probably fucking pro this. I don't know, actually. But I'm sure there's someone that doesn't like this as a streamer and it's like has an audience that also doesn't like it. But you gotta understand, dude, for the people that actually play the game a lot, this is big, man. This is big. I don't even play retail. And I'm fucking happy for my boys that play retail. Because it's gonna be so much easier now to like make groups, man. Like even as a streamer, if I'm playing retail, let's make this fucking Sylvanas puck, dude. You can join as Horde now, or as Alliance if I was the opposite. Like, it's so good. It's not fair to say this, but I feel like the people that play the game for the lore should not be prioritized. That sounds super toxic. I'm probably wrong saying that, but what lore at this point, right? Like, so much random stuff has happened in WoW the last like 6 years as well. Like, we're going back in time in WoD, and like, I don't know, man. Like, it is. I know some people care about that. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough, you know. But you gotta understand that, like, I feel like playability of the game should be more important than what makes sense, right? Like, that's how I feel about this, man. I hope it's gonna be good. I don't want to be wrong about this. I don't want to be like 4 years from now, like, yeah, I wish they never did this. But I can't see what's wrong about it because it's just gonna be so chill to not have to worry. Like, you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand, right? Like, let's make this is like not fair to compare to TBC, but TBC is a game where people are full of regret, man. And I'm talking like regret, bro. Regret. It just feels like wrong, you know, to like regret picking the faction you picked because of how stuff turned out on your server. And you cannot do anything about it. On TBC, you can't do anything about it. You can go to another server, but you can't faction transfer. In retail, you can faction transfer, right? But it still sucks. Some people are attached. Dude, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was very mad about going Horde in retail because I love Alliance. I loved being a gnome hunter, dude. Don't at me in the chat. I loved being a female gnome hunter because it was so cool. You know, I loved it. I just liked doing it. But I had to go fucking Horde, man. I don't know. Do you guys want this for TBC? I want it a lot for TBC. Hard want this for TBC, but I don't think they will do it. But the weird thing about this is a bigger TBC problem than it is for retail, I think. Hey, I'm really happy about this, man. I'm happy for my retail boys, you know, because if you play retail, this is gonna be nice for you. It really is. Hell, it makes me want to play retail.